Ananda
Jaya Preta Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta
Jaya Preta Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vranda
Jaya Shri Chaitanya
Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Preta Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vranda.
So today is the day of Ekadashi. Today's day we can start this. We start with the preface of Chaitanya Charitamrita. There is no difference between the teachings of Lord Chaitanya presented here and the teachings of Lord Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita. Teachings of Lord Chaitanya are practical demonstration of Lord Krishna's teachings. Lord Krishna's ultimate instruction in the Bhagavad Gita is that everyone should surrender unto him. Lord Krishna. Krishna promised to take immediate charge of the surrendered soul. The Lord, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is already in charge of the maintenance and creation by virtue of his plenary expansion, Shirodakshaya Vishnu. But this maintenance is not direct. However, the Lord says that he takes charge of the pure devotee. He actually takes charge. However, when the Lord says that he takes charge of a pure devotee, he actually takes direct charge. A pure devotee is a soul who is forever surrendered to the Lord, just as a child is surrendered to his parents, or the animal to his master. In the surrendering process, one should, number one, accept things favorable for discharging devotional service. 2. Reject things unfavorable. 3. Always believe in the Lord's protection. 4. Be exclusively dependent on the mercy of the Lord. Fifth, have no desire, have no interest, separate from the interest of the Lord. And 6, always feel oneself being humble. Om Ajnana Timrandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvisheshaya Shunyavadi Pashatadeshtarini Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So very nice point here. Krishna's the teachings of Lord Chaitanya and teachings of Lord Krishna are same. What is the difference? In Bhagavad Gita, basically what is happening is that Krishna is telling us to give up all material concepts and ideas and surrender to them. Now, Chaitanya Charitamrita deals much higher. Not only you give up and surrender to me, what happens once you surrender? And therefore, the very word Chaitanya Charita Amrita. This will come in the introduction. Now we are reading the preface. Chaitanya means a living force. Charita. Charita, we say no, Charitra. It's a character. Uska Charitra kya? And Amrita, the nectar. So the activities of the spirit soul in immortality. This is what we are referring to. Activities of the spirit soul in immortality. Activities are going on. We are all doing activities today. But these activities are just push for sense gratification. So many wars are there in the history. Hitler wanted sense gratification. And Churchill wanted sense gratification not in the same way, or some other way. This is all basically in this world nothing is happening. People are fighting for varieties of sense gratification. And they are bound by different situations. And finally we know this sense gratification is nothing. Puna puna charvita charanana, chewing the chewed, and nobody is happy. But Chaitanya Charita Amrita means the activities of the spirit soul in liberation. How Bhagavad Gita Krishna is saying you surrender, forget everything, surrender. What to do after surrender? Do we sleep after that? No. There are activities. And this is what it is talking about. Activities of a spirit soul in a liberated condition. This is what it is talking about. So anyway, now it's building up the preface. And in the preface it talks about how first thing to understand is that Krishna is saying, I'll protect you, but not free. First you surrender. Otherwise the general maintenance is already there. The Lord is one of the expansions of the Lord. Ekam Shena Siddho Jagat. One of the expansions of the Lord takes charge of the maintenance of this world. Just one expansion. That is the Vishnu form. Shirodakshaya Vishnu. And here, this protection is not from that. The personal protection of the Lord. Not just a maintenance. Spatial personal care. Not the systems are running, Kala is taking care of you. Now all of us are doing different activities. And because of the activities, our karma is hitting us, dragging us, and we are doing different things. Now these activities are nothing. They are pushed by the desire for sense gratification. Okay? There is a lot of difference between these activities and the activities done for the pleasure of Krishna. So when we actually get attention of Krishna, that is it. Otherwise it is, moment somebody takes attention of Krishna, what happens actually? A dam is put in. Immediately a dam is put in. Then what happens? Then your karma is not directly coming in. Today, what we seek for? We seek protection. All of us need protection actually. But this book is saying, Krishna is saying rather in the Bhagavad Gita that I will give you protection, personal care. The Supreme Lord is ready to do that. Provided first you surrender. This is Krishna. In fact, Prabhupada continues to say, actually Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is very liberal. He is not saying that. Krishna was very strict. Same personality. But he is more beneficent as Lord Chaitanya. As Lord Chaitanya doesn't say, first you surrender, then talk to him. No. He says, please kindly chant Hare Krishna. Start. And that is the unique difference. Here is not that you give up all your material duties, you surrender to me, then I give you protection. Correct? But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying, Sthane Sito, stay wherever you are. But chant Hare Krishna. Chant. Start chanting. So, this is a very unique process given by Lord Chaitanya that will be explained as we build up. Now this surrender, now many people say, this is an organization also in Bangalore, Sharanagati. All the widows they gather together, they call it Sharanagati. And they chant Krishna's bhajans and they feel some peace in that way. Sharanagati. The Sharanagati has these 6 principles. It is not that I surrender, I imagine what I surrender. Is there? So what is there in Sharanagati? The first principle is that whatever Krishna likes, I'll do it. Anukulyasa sankalpa. And what Krishna does not like, patikulya, I give it up. I like it or not. Yesterday also we developed on this point. And then the third principle. Always believe firmly in the Lord's protection. You should have complete confidence and faith that Krishna can protect you. Prabhupada says, in Bhagavad Gita also Krishna says, Sarvadharman pratyaja mamekam sharanam raja aham tvam sarvadeva mokshami mahasucha. Mahasucha is a guarantee. Don't worry. But don't worry, I am competent to give you protection. So sometimes we may not be sure, maybe in doubt, whether Krishna can protect you. It is not like that. Krishna can protect yourself. He is fully competent to protect you without any effort. Prabhupada gives a very nice example. Just like in Vrindavan, when there was a torrent of rain, at that time what happened? Krishna with one finger lifted a mountain. Without any effort, Krishna protected the residents of Vrindavan. He didn't have to exert himself. So Prabhupada says, why you worry? Krishna can easily, the first thing is that we should understand I need protection. I need protection. Correct? I am being tossed. In the animal forms it is okay. A person does not know his condition. He does not know his suffering. He does not know how precariously he is situated in this dangerous material existence. He has no capacity to understand that. In human form of life, we should not be able. We should first thing understand, I am not the body, I am a spirit soul. That is the first thing in human life. I am the living force. Chaitanya means the living force. I am the living force. The table, there is no living force, it is dead. But I am the living force, moving around this body. So, we have different human form of life. First thing I should understand, that I should understand the problem I am situated now in. Somehow I have landed up in a mess. You should first understand that first what am I? Then understand the precarious, I am landed in a mess now. I am situated in the body which is going to go old and going to go down. That's why Sanatana Goswami asked Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who am I? Who am I? And why the threefold miseries are after me? What have I done? Correct? Suppose you are in jail and every day people are coming and caning you. First thing, what have I done? Why are they beating me every day? This question should be there. Why am I being beaten again? Again and again I am being beaten. What have I done? Who is enforcing this person? So these kind of questioning, then a person looks for solution. And how I can solve this problem. So this is the business of human form. To understand the precarious condition, as a soul I am eternal. But here I have to face something strange called death. And then Chit, I am full of knowledge. But here what is happening? I am full of ignorance. Don't know anything. Completely forgotten my eternal relationship with Krishna. I have forgotten Krishna, Prabhupada says, and also we have forgotten our unique relationship with Krishna. Prabhupada says, definitely, we are not the intimate disciples of the Lord. Definitely. That we can have outside our head. No way. Prabhupada says, the intimate circle never falls down. No way. Yeah, somewhere in the corner. One leaf. Something. Definitely we are not intimate circle. Because sometimes we are very proud. I am special. What you are special? And anyway, in the spiritual world, that is not the mood. Prabhupada said that should never be the mood, even in as a devotee. I am something special. No, that mood should not be. What am I then? Go vibhartu padkamalayor dasa dasa dasa. I am servant of the servant of. So we should not ever think I am a gopi in the spiritual world. That is also wrong. Servant of the gopi in the spiritual world. That is correct. But I have forgotten that. I have completely forgotten my relationship with Krishna. I have forgotten who am I. I have forgotten my Lord Krishna. It's a very unfortunate condition. And I am entitled to enjoy unlimited bliss in association with Krishna. How fortunate condition it was to be with Krishna. And how unfortunate it is now that I am missing Krishna. And then not only I am missing Krishna, every day rods are taken and third body is paining, some allergy happens, bones pain, neck pain, muscle pain. Yesterday we had long kirtan, the muscle is pain. That is how the mental world is actually. So we have to deal with the mental body. In the spiritual world there is no problem. In 24 hours you can have kirtan, no problem. You can dance. Spiritual body never gets tired, doesn't get exhausted, does not pay. How much we have unnecessarily brought for ourselves the problem, we have to see the reality. Prabhupada says the condition, the problems of the conditioned soul are unnecessary and superfluous. That actually Vedavyasa says. And when Vedavyasa again sat for self-realization, Bhagavatam mentions Bhakti Yogena Manasi Samyat Pranhide Amale Apashyat Purusham Punyam Maya Tadapatama. Maya Tata Apasha. So there it continues in the shloka, in that a few shlokas there, the Vedavyasa's condition is said, how he brought back in this world Bhagavatam. In fact, he did not glorify the pastimes of the Lord in fullness before he wrote Bhagavatam. So Narad Muni scolded him, what have you done? This is not jugupsa. This is abominable. You should have done that. Again, simple self-realization. You ought to glorify the Lord. So Vedavyasa Sankar. At that point, he can understand that actually, I am forgetting the exact shloka, that the suffering of the conditioned soul is superfluous. Anybody knows the exact shloka? Yaya samohita atmanam. Then? Yeah, paro api manyate. Like that. So we are not able to understand the condition we are in, which is unnecessary. Unnecessary. Somebody goes inside, switches on the gas and puts his hand. You don't say unnecessarily you create a problem. Unnecessary. Already we have problems in material existence, we are creating more problems. That is the nature of Kali. People unnecessarily will fight. Already there are so many problems, they are struggling. Why are you creating more problems for yourself? Be peaceful. No, we cannot. Kali Yuga means we cannot sit peacefully. We have to imagine a problem. Sometimes we see some people always disturb. Imagine a problem and create a problem. And then we disturb our problem. This is the unique quality of people of the world. So we have to understand the condition. Unnecessarily I am suffering the material existence. Unnecessarily. I can be so happy and blissful. Unnecessarily. So pleasant opportunity is available. But no, I want to suffer. So therefore, once somebody understands my inconvenient condition, where Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadi, birth, old age, disease and death have been forced upon me, and immediately what happens to the person? He starts seeking protection. He wants to stop this cycle of repetition of birth and death, and that is human. And if he doesn't want to do that, that's animal. He just wants to be comfortable, be complacent with the condition. He is not revolting against the condition he is in, that is animal. Something has to be done. You know that the mentality is there. Chalta hai. There is a very nice term which has come in professional ethics. They call it normalizing deviance. Some deviance is there, we should correct it. If you normalize it, tomorrow it will lead to disaster. You know, something is not correct. Suppose you are driving a car and something is shaking too much. You know, there is a deviance. We should immediately go and get consulted. Otherwise, car will stop in the middle of the road. Something is there. So, deviance should be corrected. If you don't correct the deviance, then it will lead to a disaster tomorrow. So, similarly, deviance is there already. We have left Krishna. Now, instead of becoming complacent, and we are facing here, it's not a comfortable condition after coming here. Birth, death, disease, old age is sitting. Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadi, Dukkha, Doshanu, Darshanam. Person who has a vision, understand these four are my real problems. So this deviance for the soul, this is unnecessary. We should not normalize it. Chalta hai. Then we don't know where you are going to glide next life. Human form of life is very rare. Very, very rare. In 84 lakhs, this is the only top 4 lakh. And among the top 4 lakh are human species. Among that, mostly uncivilized. So, the civilized form is very rare. On top of it, you take birth in India. Bharat Bhumila Janmo Hayar, Janma Sartha Kari Karo Paropkar. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, you are so fortunate to be born in land of India, quickly endeavor and advance in spiritual life. So once somebody understands his dangerous condition and next, he doesn't want to be complacent about it, what he will do? He knows something has to be done. And what he cannot do anything. It is impossible for us to extricate ourselves. Ai nanda tanuja kinkaram patitama vishave huamudo kripaya tadapada pankaja siddhuli satisha vichinta. This is prayer should come. Oh my Lord, Nanda Tanuja, please be merciful to me. Why? Somehow I have fallen to the ocean of material existence. Please pick me up, because we cannot pick ourselves up. It is impossible. We want to be at the lotus feet of the Lord. We have no power. And rather, staying in the material existence for so long, we are fully contaminated. We don't even have strength to sincerely serve Krishna. Correct? So he's praying, my Lord, you please pick me. So this requires personal attention. For that, you have to surrender. Correct? That is what actually is the Krishna's condition. And surrender. I'll give you protection. First you surrender. Okay. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying, okay, not able to do anything. Does not matter. Just chant. At least you can do this much. Chant Hare Krishna. Therefore, we go around, we meet so many people, we tell them to chant Hare Krishna. If he does not even agree to chant Krishna, what service you do to Krishna? Don't waste your time, forget. So many people, after months and years of even they visit temple, we talk to them, they cannot even chant Krishna. Very difficult how they will advance spiritual life. So person should agree. For ourselves also we should see. If I cannot even chant Krishna's name, what service I will do? The first thing, service begins with the tongue. So we should begin this service of chanting the holy names of the Lord, and gradually, as the heart is purified, all the 6 principles of surrender will manifest in us. Okay, we can do one more paragraph. The Lord demanded a surrender unto Him by following these 6 guidelines. But the unintelligent so-called scholars of the world misunderstood these demands and urged the general mass of people to reject them. At the conclusion of the 9th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna directly says, always think of me, become my devotee, worship me alone, and offer your obeisances to me alone. By so doing, the Lord says, one is sure to go to Him in His transcendental abode. But the scholarly demons misguide the mass of people by directing them to surrender not to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but rather to the impersonal, unmanifested, eternal, unbound truth. The impersonal Mayavadi philosopher do not accept the ultimate aspect of the absolute truth, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. If you desire to understand the sun as it is, one must first face the sunshine, and then the sun glow. And then, if one is able to enter into the glow, one may come face to face with the predominating deity of the sun. Due to poor fund of knowledge, the Mayavadi philosophers cannot go beyond the Brahman effulgence, which may be compared to the sunshine. The Upanishads confirm that one has to penetrate the dazzling effulgence of the Brahman before one can see the real face of the personality of Godhead. Now Prabhupada is saying the order is very simple in Bhagavad Gita. But people, particularly atheistic people, in the garb of Vaishnavas or in the garb of sadhus, rather in the garb of sadhus, have obstructed people from following. You see in India, at least we talk about in India now, every home Bhagavad Gita is there. So why don't they follow? Because they have been misguided, they have been confused. Otherwise, anybody opens Gita, it is as simple. Krishna is saying, you surrender to me, I give protection. And how to surrender? Krishna is telling in the previous shloka. Manmanava madhbhakto, this shloka, Manmanava madhbhakto has been repeated 2 times in Bhagavad Gita. Manmanava madhbhakto, just there is a slight change in the last line. Manmanava madhbhakto, madhyaji mam namaskuru. You always think about me. Manmanava, madhbhakta, become my devotee. Madhyaji, you worship me. Prabhupada is mentioning here, me alone. Krishna doesn't say, hey, anything you do. No. Similarly, Krishna says, Saradhana Paratecha, Mam Ekam. You surrender to me alone. That is what is Krishna conscious. Krishna conscious means today my mind is focused on millions of things. How I can focus this mind only on Krishna. Okay. We were discussing this point. How Krishna as Paramatma is so powerful, He accompanies each one of us. And He is thinking, it's not the Paramatma in the heart is distracted. You pray to something to Paramatma, He is thinking of millions. He is thinking of you alone without blinking eyes. Every desire that you have, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is so powerful, who is so great, Correct? Just imagine. No? Imagine a great man is thinking about you all the time. How much you feel privileged. How much you feel privileged. Correct? Some great man. He said, whole day yesterday I was thinking of you. Even they say sometimes, friends, we were talking about you for half an hour. We feel so privileged. You are all talking about me. And how much we should be privileged. That Krishna, the Supreme Personality, is thinking about us 24 hours. Without any distraction. You alone. That is his power. You alone, you alone, you alone, you alone. For everybody. Just like Krishna, when he was eating his food with the friends. Every friend was thinking he is eating from my plate alone. Everybody is offering to Krishna. Krishna, my mother made something for you. Will you accept? All of them were putting their hand. And mystically, all were feeling that Krishna is looking at them and taking. But actually Krishna was doing for everybody at the same time. But that's the Krishna's capacity. He can at one time do everything. So, this is speciality of Krishna. So, me alone, the Paramatma feature in the heart, just like that's the compassion of the Lord, and the child rewards and goes out of the home. The father will like to accompany the child and maintain the child at least. Okay, he's a crazy fellow. He's a rebel. His problem is he's a rebel. He cannot accept authority. That is his problem. That is his disease. What can Krishna do? So the father, what will do? If he can, okay, this is the problem my child is having. Okay, at least I maintain, The father's love doesn't go, One-sided love is like the father, if he can, he'll make some arrangement for him to be maintained. But here, the Lord is omnipotent. He accompanies a unique form of the Lord, which is called Parama Atma, which is constantly witnessing our activity. Therefore, we have karma. Why we have karma? They say, who is the witness? Paramatma is the witness. He is witnessing all our activity, trying to reform us, trying to correct us, purify us, and take us back home, again back home to the spiritual world. So this Paramatma form is accompanying, and with all love, it is giving undivided attention. So, if I for a few minutes, when we chant Hare Krishna, what we do? What is the principle? We should not think about anybody else. We know this principle. When we are chanting Hare Krishna, what we are trying to do? We are trying to only think about Krishna. That is the chanting, that is the meditation. Similarly, now we are hearing Chaitanya Charitamrita. If some other thoughts comes in, no, let us hear. Yeah. So why we are doing that? We are just reciprocating Krishna's love, literally. Krishna is 24 hours thinking about us with full love. At least a few minutes we can think about Krishna. That is the whole approach. So always think of me, become my devotee, worship me alone, or offer obeisances to me. It's a simple order of Krishna. Now if you can accept this order, you become blissful. But that's our problem. We don't want to accept this order. And not only we neglect to accept this order, there are so many people who mislead us. And this is the fallacy. They say, no, don't surrender to Krishna. You surrender to something inside Krishna. Now this is what we know as a disease of impersonalism. This is like spread in the society like a disease. The whole idea is that there is no personality of God. Some power is there. No, sir. Some powerful is there. A person is there. Power is always controlled by a powerful. Energy is always, some people say it is Shakti. No, Shaktiman is there. So in this way we have to understand there is a controller, which is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and we have to surrender to Him. That is what Krishna is asking in Bhagavad Gita. But our foolishness is that we get misled by these fools who tell us that there is nothing. Krishna, no, there is something beyond Krishna. There is nothing beyond Krishna. Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Matta Paratarana Anya, there is nothing beyond me. Aham Sarvasya Prabhu, everything comes out of me. So why this conclusion is taken, it is very unfortunate. Prabhupada say, this is an unfortunate situation actually. This is called Nirvishesha. People do not accept the authority of the Supreme Personality. They rather try to meditate on something impersonal, Brahman. This is a mistake of people. Okay? No. Beyond, even in Upanishad, one of the Upanishads, very clearly given, the devotees pray to the Lord, please remove your dazzling effulgence. Hiritamena patrena. What is the shloka exact? So Hiranamena patrena. So my Lord, kindly remove Apihitam Mukham. Remove your effulgence, we like to see your face. Similarly, the Lord is all effulgent. So what you see is the Brahman, just like now we are not seeing sun, anyone else, we are sitting here. But we are seeing the sunshine. We are seeing the sunshine. So we know the sun is there. But you are not seeing the sun. So one level, you are seeing sunshine. Next level is you see the scentless. But that is also limited knowledge. You don't know what is happening inside. It looks like a hot plate. Then you go to deal with the sun planet, still high. Okay? And activities going inside the sun planet, which you have no access to now. The same way, we have three levels of knowledge. One thing is, we know about Brahman, a spirit. I am spirit. They do that. Soham. There are some spiritualists, so-called fools, big fools, because that is not the main mantra of the Shastra. Kali-yuga, the mantra is Hare Krishna mantra. Why you are so ashamed to chant the names of the Lord? What is your difficulty? It's so crazy. Even when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to Varanasi, he was reported. These Mayavadi sannyasis are ashamed to chant the name of the Lord. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said they cannot chant. The name of the Lord does not come from their mouth. They are offenders to the Lord. How they can chant the name of the Lord? So don't get kindly cheated. Please understand things. So first thing is that Brahman we understand. Okay, we are not body and spirit. So means I am not body and spirit. The nursery knowledge in Bhagavad Gita begins with this. It is not the end of Bhagavad Gita. And then the next thing is what? What is the next thing that comes? We understand the Paramatma feature. The Lord as Paramatma is so kind, all-knowing aspect of the Lord who is there in everybody's heart and He knows everything. And then the next is Bhagavan. The Lord in the spiritual world is having sweet pastime. And there it is where we belong actually. Because so Ishopanishad very wonderfully explains that the effulgence is removed, we can see the face of the Lord. To be ended now. Srila Prabhupada ki, Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki, Shri Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami ki,